Level 989.
Welcome to a 989 on Health Extra. These quick supplements should help ease any withdrawal symptoms you may experience while waiting for our next full episode. So, Mike, what's on today's agenda?
It's another great topic request from a listener. This week's question is, does yogurt qualify as health food? Well, first of all, let's take a look. What exactly is yogurt, anyway? In its most basic form, yogurt is milk that has been fermented by carefully chosen bacterial cultures, giving it a thicker texture and more tart taste than milk. Yogurt is just milk and bacteria, so as long as that's where you stop adding ingredients, maybe you're making yogurt at home, that is perfectly healthy, and the taste will also be perfectly terrible. From my point of view anyway, I remember trying plain yogurt once, and it reminded me a lot of eating paste. Not that I've ever actually eaten paste, but that's what came to mind based on the texture, acidity, and color. It did not taste like food to me. At the U.S. government dietary website, choosemyplate.gov, between 2 and 3 cups of fat-free or low-fat dairy are recommended in each day based on your age. And this is primarily for the calcium, potassium, and the vitamin D content. The probiotic effects of yogurt are often mentioned. And for those who don't know, probiotics are microorganisms in food that are intended to have a benefit to those eating it. There's a lot of back and forth in medical journals about exactly how effective probiotics are or can be. And part of this is due to the difficulty of getting just the right microorganism to the needed part of your digestive system. Remember, our digestive environment is a highly acidic and hazardous place, and many probiotics just get destroyed before they can help us. Many of you are probably familiar with the commercials from yogurt producer Dannon and their product Activia, which they strongly hint in their commercials will help relieve constipation. But, as referenced in an article at Slate.com, quote, there are 2 curious aspects to this claim. First of all, Dannon has to be careful about using the C word. The FDA classifies constipation as a disease, and any product that claims to treat a disease must carry an FDA-approved health claim. Activia does not. But what's stranger is that probiotics are usually used to treat diarrhea. That's why they're often prescribed by travelers journeying to don't drink the water destinations. End quote. Probiotics have a huge potential to help cure a vast array of health issues. But we have a lot to learn about the microorganisms themselves and our own internal pre-existing biosphere of bacteria, and also to devise more accurate delivery methods for any microorganisms we might want to add or adjust. Yeah. You're forgetting the question, Mike. Does yogurt qualify as a health food? It can qualify as a health food. As with everything, you have to read the fine print. In this case, the ingredient label. As I mentioned before, yogurt is made from milk, and so it's not recommended for those folks who have digestive issues with lactose. Let's take a look at some popular yogurt varieties, shall we? I'm going to start with the most basic of my examples, original, plain, non-fat yogurt from a company called Chobani. It's my brand of choice, actually. Okay, let's take a look at the label. 150 grams has 100 calories, which is about 67 calories for every 100 grams. The ingredients are, and here's the full list, cultured pasteurized non-fat milk, and then the bacterial cultures, which I'm not going to try to pronounce right now. And that's all. And though I love Chobani, I do not think I could eat this plain version without adding some sweetness and some flavor. I prefer the vanilla and the blueberry varieties myself. Next up is the Yoplait Whips Cherry Cheesecake Yogurt. A 113-gram container has 140 calories, which is about 124 calories per 100 grams. It's about double the plain Chobani calories, but you see my previous comment about paste taste. The ingredient label for the Yoplait includes sugar, beet juice concentrate, modified cornstarch, gelatin, and potassium sorbate. That last one is a preservative. And the last example. Well, I had a bit of trouble confirming this product is still being made, but it was a real product on the market and kind of representative of the sort of item you might find in the yogurt section. This is Dannon's Activia Parfait, crunchy and creamy strawberry. The 170-gram container had 220 calories, or about 129 calories per 100 grams, just a little worse than the Yoplait example. The ingredients include sugar, fructose, that's a second sugar, modified food starch, modified cornstarch, gelatin, agar, carrageenan, xanthan gum, cane sugar, that's another sugar, molasses, that's another sugar, honey, that's another sugar, cornstarch, and last, sugar. Aside from the sugar, a lot of the difference between the plain and deluxe examples were all thickening agents, a lot of thickening agents, and preservatives, and most of all, sugar. Yeah, I mentioned sugar before, but the Activia mentioned sugar 6 times, so why can't I repeat myself too? The thickener is really unnecessary if you're buying the right yogurt. I recommend authentic Greek yogurt, which is naturally thick. Why should there be corn or algae or chemicals in my yogurt? There should not. No. Some of my information came from an article called 4 Yogurts Worse Than Ice Cream. A link will be in the show notes, and you should take a peek. It's not a new article, and a few of the products mentioned may no longer exist, but it gives you an idea of what to look for when you're scrutinizing the ingredient labels at the store. So what's the final takeaway? Yogurt can definitely be healthy if you tolerate dairy well. There's a broad spectrum of options between the plain and the deluxe, and if the yogurt you're trying to eat is so basic it tastes terrible, you're very unlikely to eat it, and therefore no benefits. So if there has to be a bit of fruit, a bit of sweet for you to eat it, so be it. But say no to other additives, I tell you. Thanks again to our great listeners for sending in suggestions. If you'd like to send in your own topic for consideration, head on over to level989.com/contact and make it so.
That's all for now. You can find links to read more about today's topics at level989.com. Why not take a moment to rate or review us in iTunes, or give us a mention on social media? We can't help everyone if they don't know we exist. Don't rely on us as an alternative to medical advice from a professional healthcare provider. For the full disclaimer, please see our website. Thanks for listening, and now, go health yourself.